Hey everyone, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
Hey guys, it is Aaliyah here.
And Joe.
I love that damn thing.
So every week, are you going to do that and then I do the horn just like I've been doing the past 2 weeks? Or,
Yeah, absolutely.
Or we could just do the horn and you don't have to do it, but I like it when you do it.
Yeah, let's do the horn. Let's do me and the horn.
Okay. So that way everybody knows what you're doing.
Right.
New listeners will be like, what is she even saying right now?
Right, because it may not sound like how it actually sounds. Because I think the actual thing is like, I don't know. I'm still trying to perfect it. Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? So we are back, and we got a new studio, man.
Yeah, it's kind of a work in progress. But last podcast, I was so annoyed with the sound when I listened to it. I was like, fuck this. I am doing the work now.
So annoyed.
So I went ahead and I did everything I needed to do. There's still some tweaking to do, but...
we got lights.
Yeah.
We got professional mics. We got friggin' whatever this thing is that bounces off the sound. Yeah. Soundboards. We're closed in. We got a cool background. I mean, I feel like I'm really in a studio right now.
Very professional. But in my eyes, it still needs more work. It's But this should sound 1,000 times better than last week's. Hopefully.
We're both eating, so you may also hear. And Joe's eating a fucking banana, so it's like, oh my god, that's that vagina eating noise I hate. That Euro does.
Well, hopefully with this new professional equipment, this pop screen will prevent it from sounding like vagina or
eating?
Sex.
Oh my god, drives me nuts, that sound.
We really shouldn't eat. I mean, this is a number one no to do on podcasts.
But I listen to other people's podcasts who eat, right? What about that? There's actually a food truck freaking podcast.
That's true. And they're usually outside with that too. Ugh,
so then you hear the noise in the background.
Yeah, who was I just telling about that? I was so annoyed when I was
Who was that again? Is that Brendan Schwab?
That was Brendan Schwab, yeah. But, I mean, for the most part, his shit sounds good, but
who I love, by the way. I love his podcast. Who Brendan Schwab is. I love him, and I love his podcast.
What, Below the Belt and Food Truck Diaries.
Oh, God, that guy. Funny as shit.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, they eat. You can hear them eat, but they're eating. We're just kind of side eating.
What do you mean? No, I'm we're making. They know we're eating because I'm blatantly saying.
Well, yeah, now, yeah. But usually we just eat and don't say anything.
Right. So just to clarify a little bit more from last week, though, because I don't want to really get into it so much, but for those of you who heard last episode, we got into this whole entire thing of ignorance versus selfishness, right? And then we were trying to figure out what is a word for someone who's just crazy ignorant, just more ignorant.
Right.
And so people who were listening to our episode were chiming in, they were writing us stuff, and we got blatant ignorance. Blatant. So I'm right, blatant. He's this person's blatantly ignorant, And then
why did we not even think of that?
Right. And then what was the other one we got? It was
damn.
Stubborn ignorance? I don't know.
Oh, that was one. Oh, yeah.
Stubborn ignorance.
It's big, but it's still ignorance. Adding another word.
You're just adding another
to make it
just make it more intense.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So that clarifies that. But I do also want to touch on really quickly, because this is actually, I feel like, a common thing that happens to many people who are dating out there in the dating world. And it happened to me a lot. And it's happening to, well, it happened to a friend of mine as well. And I mean, her and I, it's happened to the both of us many times. But I want to talk about it because I'm like, I want some understanding maybe. So when you're dating, right, and you're out there, you're meeting people, like, I can't tell you how many times I've been, like, phased out, but before the phase out...
What do you mean phased out?
So phased out meaning, like, we're, like, hot and heavy, we're hanging out, and then little by little, it's, like, suddenly, it's, like, one text a day, or suddenly it's, like... So we went from talking all day and hanging out, to suddenly, like... Now he's like...
ghosting. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, ghosting, phasing out. Yeah, okay. The phase out is kind of what I call it. But my thing about the phase out is that there's something so big happening before the phase out. So, for example, the guy that I was dating before I dated you, right? It was like crazy. Like we went on vacation together, like went to Georgia, like had all these things going on.
Well, you didn't live together, right?
No, we didn't live together. We were just hanging out, having a good time. But like did all these things, and then after we got back from Georgia, it was like ghost. Like suddenly, like wasn't hearing him often, stuff like that. And then eventually, after like my text messages of like what the fuck is going on, right? I then get the final phase out text, which is like, look, I'm just like feel like you're a really great girl.
I think you're lucky you even got that,
and like stuff like that. Which actually I'm truly like I actually.
Because he didn't even have to do that.
He didn't have to, right? So I'm totally thankful for him for that. So I thank him for that. But what makes someone even go through all that and then get to the phase out? Like,
do you want to get my opinion on this?
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly why. Well, he was a single guy before he met you, right? How long did you guys date?
Not that long. Maybe like 6 months. I don't know.
Okay.
Like that.
So, I don't know, maybe he was just like bored. He was like, you were super cool. You were cool to hang out with. And he wanted to go on some sort of vacation, and you were down to go, and you were cool enough to go. And that was it. And then like, I don't know, maybe somewhere along the lines. I mean, obviously you'd have to talk to him, but like maybe you said something or did something or whatever that he was just like, maybe this isn't the one. And that was it. I don't know. So, like, guys do that? They just, like... Because for me, in my mind, I think I overthink. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going on vacation with a person who I feel like I'm not really into. Yeah, I don't think guys think about that. They're just like, oh, she's hot, she's cool. Yeah, let's go. That's it.
Did you do that?
Probably. Yes. Definitely.
And then you phased out?
Yeah. Because I'm clearly married to you, so I phased out at some point.
It's so rude, I feel like. Like, my friend is also going through that.
But hold on. In other situations, I mean, maybe situations that I was in, that maybe something happened afterwards, and I was just like, no, I didn't. I was like, whatever, peace. But...
It's such a rude and hurtful thing, it really is. It's like, I feel like it's gaslighting.
I guess. Are you annoyed? Do you want to go talk to this guy? Would you like to, like,
No, but this question comes up and this conversation comes about because Catherine, right? This was happening to her, and then I was like, oh yeah, this has happened to me, and not only in this situation that's happened, it's happened to me several times, like throughout my dating history. And so Catherine and I were talking about it, and she was like, "Girl, I don't understand why even invest that much time and energy. I just don't get it. It makes no sense." Let's just cut down to the like. I mean, I think this is not gonna.
I think young guys aren't like thinking about like time and effort or anything. I think they're just thinking about. He wasn't
young.
Moment.
He was like 38, 39.
Oh well.
I mean, he's young, but
he's just immature. Then maybe I don't know.
Emotionally immature.
Maybe, yeah. But he did hit you up and say, "Hey, like, I don't think this is gonna work." Did he tell you why? Why are we even talking about this right now?
The focus isn't supposed to really... I was just using myself as an example, but it's really about my friend who is going through this, and we had this whole conversation about why people feel the need to have to go into this whole thing with someone when they first meet someone, and they like do it hot and heavy, and it's like all these things are going on. It's like vacation, like, oh, come meet my pet or whatever, and then it's like you phase out afterwards. Like, it just makes no sense. Don't phase me out. We fucking did all this. Like, let's just have a conversation.
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, I'm sorry that you're not into this conversation right now. Okay. All right, like, I mean, whatever. I'm married to you. That's all that matters.
That's what I'm saying. By the way, we have some special guests on today, like that we forgot to mention about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are David and Melissa from Mad Love by Design.
Mad Love by Design. I gotta tell you, that's a tricky one, because I want to say just Mad Love Design.
Right.
But the Mad Love by Design trips me up sometimes.
Yeah, that's funny that you just said that, because I always think about it before I say it, because I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah. No, that's why you say it so slowly.
Right. All right. Hold on. So yeah, they are a company out of Orlando, Florida. First off, David is my best friend in the whole world. And we met in college in sound engineering school, and now they started a company which is organic, sustainable t-shirt line. Super awesome shirts. They're so comfortable, and they have 3 words on them, and those 3 words are positive phrases that usually mean something to everyone. They mean different things to different people, I guess.
I gotta tell you, I'm actually looking at the site now. Like, I'm really like checking it out, and it's like a really it's a really great website.
Yeah, I've been on their site a few times, and it's interesting. They're all like sold out right now. Yeah,
and not only is their website killer, but they're literally like, when I put in like Mad Love by Design or Mad Love or whatever, they're the first thing that pops up.
Oh, when you Googled?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like other things could pop up, right?
True. I mean, Google could be spying on you, and they just know that you know them, so.
Fucking Google. You know what? They did that to me yesterday. I was having a conversation about imposter syndrome with a friend. Mm-hmm. Conversation. I never Googled it because I know what it is, right? And then basically, I went to go Google today, and it came up on my fucking search thing.
What?
Imposter syndrome came up on my search thing, but I never searched it. I just talked about it.
Yeah, because they're spying on you.
Are you here?
No, I am here. I'm just trying. Sorry, new studio, right? So I got I'm trying to set up the Instagram live thing here soon, but it's like on the other side of the table, not near the mic. So you're talking to me, and then if I'm talking over there, nobody's gonna be able to hear me. So
look at this. They have all these great reviews on here.
So what's the website? It's Mad Love by Design.
So it's madlovebydesign.com, exactly how you would spell it, madlovebydesign.com. And yeah, so their shirts are super awesome. They're called Synchronicities are the shirts. And there's 3 words on it, and so the words put together a phrase. Be the change is one of them, and it's like that could mean several things to several different people. So that's pretty cool. And they also have other things on here too. It's really great. They have crystals and sage and some CBD. And
they are selling hemp. Not old, but cane CBD.
Yeah, I love it. Cane CBD is Joe's old brand. When he was doing cane water and cane CBD, and it was an amazing product, by the way. But it's just too much time.
It was too much. I was only one person, so I had to.
Too much time, yeah.
But David and Melissa, they kind of took it on, and they have it in a bunch of little shops out in Orlando, and actually, it's doing really well. And
so what they're doing is they set up at different shops or market. I mean, they'll get into it more.
Yeah. We'll find out from them. I'm just giving a little
a little
Three.
background on them. And they are also married, which I also think is really cool. They are a married couple.
I mean, there's so much more to this. They traveled the world. They used to be performers on cruise line ships for like 7 or 8 years or something. Obviously, that has kind of taken a turn because of this whole COVID thing. So they shifted gears and here they are.
Okay.
So it's a little bit early. We said 1 o'clock.
We said 1 o'clock, yep.
I think they're on here right now, so let's see. Hold on. Oh no, they're not even on.
I am still eating cashews. Can't stop.
I don't know how to. You have no requests. Requests to join. Okay. What is this? Invite. Okay. Mad. Why isn't anything popping up?
There we go.
There they are. There they are. All right. So we just invited them on Instagram Live. I would say you can get on Instagram Live right now and watch, but this won't be posted until Tuesday.
Right.
So, but in the meantime, we will talk about real quick. We are going to do a little partnership with them, and they have a new line of T-shirts. So basically, every line of T-shirts, what do you call it? It's like a I don't know, collection, right?
Yeah,
collection
I guess a collection, yeah.
So they have every few months they have a new collection. So anything that they had like 3 months ago or 6 months ago you can't get it anymore, right?
Yeah, it's sold out.
So they have a new line, and it's there they are.
Hey, there they are.
Hey,
What?
a minute early.
Yeah. I am a little early with all this sound checking I was doing, but
I can only imagine.
I'm trying to get David involved in the sound check, and I was like, nah, I don't. We're fine.
We literally have a brand new studio. I mean, Joe went out, bought mics and everything. We got the lights. We have a brand new studio.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Love it.
The mics and everything.
Thanks. Still sound checking a little bit. Anyways, we were just talking about. You can continue to talk about.
Oh, so we were just kind of filling everyone in on the two of you and who we were going to be having on today and who we were going to be speaking to, just to kind of give them a little background. Right, and then Joe was getting into the promotional piece, but I feel like we could wait for that, and
Okay.
let's just kind of get to it in terms of introducing David and Melissa from Mad Love by Design.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Hey, this is Melissa. We are Mad Love by Design.
But it's really Melissa and David. Mad Love by Design.
Oh, all right. Talk about that. Oh, that's what that is.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
So I'm always first.
Ah, Melissa and David. Mad. Got it.
That's it.
But hold on, didn't that come from like when? Well, maybe I'm thinking of this differently, but you could talk about this too. When you guys first met, right? It was boy fun and girl fun, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just celebrated 13 years of girl fun and boy fun.
That's what they used to call each other instead of boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, girl fun and boy fun.
Yeah, you know how people just want to put you like in a little box and
Yep.
it's like, ooh, you're just like with each other every day and you're doing all these things. He's got to be your boyfriend. It's like, does he?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we created our own
Names.
He's just a boy that I have fun with.
exactly for a whole year.
It's just like, like you get with somebody and like she was saying, everyone's like, you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. You guys need a title. You need it. We were both like, we just got out of some really long, not bad relationships, but relationships that taught us things.
Bad.
And taught us what we wanted and what we didn't want. And I think both of us were like, it's way too soon for what is going on here. So let's just call this fun.
But people were like saying that to you, like, oh, you guys got to call it something. Like, people were saying that.
1,000%.
Yes,
I can remember.
family, friend. Well, I mean, it just go on for a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Not after the 6-month mark. Like, I remember on Facebook, like, because then, you would create statuses. And so then the status would be, hanging out with boy fun, and the comments that would come through. It's like, seriously, like, that's what you're calling this? It's been 7 months. It's been 8 months.
Right.
Out and down. It's like.
Yeah, they were counting more than we were.
Right, you guys are just living your life, and they're like,
Right.
"What are you guys like? Who cares?"
Yeah.
That damn
Then
box.
boyfriend turned into boyfriend basically when we moved to Asia.
Yeah.
So when we moved to Singapore, it was like, okay, maybe this is like, something.
See, maybe that's what you should have taken that advice when
What?
dealing. Well, prior to having you guys on, we were just doing a little thing, and she starts talking about her ex-boyfriend from before me, and then like wondering why he like ghosted her.
I
I'm like,
wasn't wondering why about me.
probably because you were
wondering
just
why.
girl fun to him. That's probably why.
I was wondering why for a friend. It was for a friend, and I brought in my own example. Gosh, I've been phased out so many times,
Oh, hey, Dad.
Oh, Steve's on.
Oh,
Hey, Steve.
Jenna's on. Danielle's on. Zakira's on.
hello.
Whoa. Got the whole crew.
I know.
We're eating cashews here, by the
Yeah,
way.
so sorry if you hear us. Okay, so now I'm like, you guys said Singapore when we first moved to Singapore, and now I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah,
Now
what
I kind
happened?
of want to hear, not just about Singapore, but just about maybe kind of how Mad Love by Design even came about. And I don't believe it would have come about in the event that you guys obviously weren't together, right? And didn't, get married and stuff. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I guess boy fun and girlfriend turned into girlfriend, boyfriend
In Singapore.
And then when we came back from Singapore, so we opened the Universal Studios there, which was basically our first time working together. But then
Doing what? So
Hold
that
on.
everyone knows,
Yeah.
open for Universal, doing what?
Singing, dancing. Beatrice is here.
Sorry, we have a butterfly that visits us every morning, and I've named her Beatrice. And she really goes from, so I'm normally in that window
Really, in
down
the
there.
window.
She's like in the window going crazy.
She's looking for you.
It's always the same one?
Well,
In my mind, yes. Same one, it's Beatrice, and she's
Wait.
got a lover, Black Beauty, that comes around.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, sorry, we digress.
active nature life here.
You guys are in. You're in. Or
So we were singing and dancing in Singapore. That's what we were doing for the first time. I did that like as a profession. Yeah, she'd been doing it for years, and I quit my job at Apple and decided, why not try this out?
Just like out of nowhere. Just like, hey, I'll just give it a go.
Well, I've been performing
Okay.
as a hobby.
David was always a singer, and he always played guitar, like
Yeah.
forever, right? It's like since you were
I
a
did
kid.
theater, and I did like a theater troupe in college, and it was always like a hobby to me, and I never actually thought that people did that for a living. Like I just never knew. I'm from a small little podunk town from the Po, and Port Orchard, and
Shout out to Port Orchard. I love that
I
place.
thought it was just like a fun thing that people did. I never thought, from my family, it was like have a 9-to-5 job, go to college, get that job, and do that for 25 years, and then you're set.
Right.
Work hard, and you'll have everything that you want in life. But meeting her, I'm like, she's doing this for a living. She's getting paid to sing and dance, and so through her contacts and a really short audition, I was cast, and I thought I was just going to be kind of like an actor host, but that turned into full-on choreography, full-on dancing, and it was the hardest thing I think I've ever done in my life. To transition, going from that mindset of like 9 to 5. I had my 401k, I had my stock options, I was working for Apple, everything was set, and then it was like, let's try this, and I think that's
It definitely, changed life. Because working together is definitely
Next
challenging. And especially basically bringing him into my world of performance and having done it for so long. And because I was the show captain of the show that we were in, there was a level of responsibility that I had to carry out, regardless of his experience. So
She has very, very high standards.
Gosh.
If an arm is out of place, you are fired.
you're not fired, you're just corrected.
Just cut your arm off. Yeah.
So, yeah, that was definitely, I'd have to say, probably one of the most challenging
Times for both of us.
Yeah, and I think at that moment for Mad Love, like it was like this will either make or break us, and
Right.
it was like, you could come away from this and have had an experience, but like this is my life. So, we've got you. If you're on board, like we have to full on be
On board.
Right, absolutely.
And I'm like, oh my God, I just quit my job. Plus, at the same time, I had other job offers in different places for different things.
Oh gosh.
You know what's funny to me though, David? Like when I met you, that's all I saw was what you're doing now. But you weren't doing it then. You were, we met in sound engineering school, and
Right.
you had gone to other colleges, but what I saw in you was what you're doing now. So when you were working at like Apple and like doing all these other things, we were roommates together for like a couple of years too, and like
That was like weird. Like,
yeah,
you
he was
working
like
there
like
what are you
hustling and doing like
Yeah.
the 9 to 5, like the stupid fucking jobs that you hated, and I was like, why is he doing this, right? So I think that transition was actually you coming into who you actually are, not.
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
so I think once you probably let go, it was probably a lot easier. You were like, oh, this is natural and okay and fun and exciting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we didn't stop. Then we did 8 years of cruising together as singers. And,
that was probably the second breakdown.
yeah.
And that was in that you're talking about the Australian cruise line, right?
Australia,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
I guess, we could talk about all of those things for hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But we'll get the gist of it. So you guys were on a cruise line for working together. You guys were the number one performer. You were like the headline performers, right?
Yeah, so we were in a production company, and so there were 8 of us, and David and I were the lead vocalists. There's usually 2 singer-dancers and then 4 dancers.
Yeah. It's a whole production cast. So it's a cat. Joe, you came and saw it. It's a
Right.
cat 8.
It's
And
crazy.
then do 5 different shows throughout
depending on the
someone's cruise.
Yeah,
So-
it's like a Broadway live production on a cruise. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So then, what's that?
An extension of what we were already doing, I
Yeah.
guess. But definitely different challenges because at this point we were the leads. The show we did in Singapore, everyone kind of equally shared the spotlight.
Okay.
This was like first time like stand and sing, like leading lady, leading man sort of thing. So,
Right.
yeah.
A whole nother breakdown for me.
So when you just recently, over like the past year or so, just stopped doing that, correct?
Yeah, so COVID
Because
happened.
of COVID, right. And
It happened. And then
For the world.
we basically finished our contract. We were very lucky to have finished our contract, and we were coming home anyway, but clearly that industry shut down. So we quickly decided to just kind of regroup. We've had creative ideas for a very long time, especially on a ship, because you get a lot of time to think and do different things. And so Mad Love by Design was basically created.
On the ship.
Yeah.
Over the course of the last 5 years.
were you guys thinking about doing that anyways? Like,
Right, or did it just come about because you were like, now we don't really have this cruise thing, we should think of something? How did that...
So originally, my background, before I was a musical theater major, I was an art major. So I've always drawn my whole life. And I particularly wanted to do graphic design, but then I didn't want to get into the digital side of it. I still just kind of was old school, like hand, paper, pen, that sort of thing. And I used to design for people who know me, and I would design names or like words, but they would be within certain designs. So it almost looked like you had to kind of look at it for a long time to kind of see what it was.
Like your tattoo.
Yeah, I've designed shit.
Really? Hold on. I did not know this about you.
I know, right?
Yeah, I have like books of...
Because
Books and books of her drawings.
The funny thing is, like, so like the art that I do, my like abstract art, always has like a word or something in it, but it's like abstract. So we need to talk more, you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my original kind of thing. It's how it started. I designed tons of people's names. Usually, like, if you receive a gift or a card, like the name is designed. But I have books and books like in storage of just longer pieces that I've done where it's just like, a lot.
Books and books of like artwork, pictures, drawings.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We need to like check that out. I need to see this stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Off camera.
So I started there, and I've always knew that my art would come into play somehow in life. I just hadn't really focused on it because I was always performing. And then I had this idea. I love greeting cards. And so on cruise ships, one of the most beautiful things to me is pulling up to like a sleepy beach town, and we get off, and there are the old school boutique shops. So, like it's just a little town, and you've got like your mom and pa's line along the beach. And you walk in, and somebody's just basically drawn some cards, and put not Hallmark, not just quotes, just really inspirational things. And so I usually, on a port day, will grab a coffee and then walk the street and find these boutiques and go in and spend hours just looking at cards, picking ones out, not necessarily for any occasion, but just because they were artistic and touched me somehow. And I knew eventually I would use them for something. Those are cards that I gift people, And
I was up jumping off of waterfalls or kayaking.
Got it. Okay.
So in doing that, I don't even know how. I just remember it was probably 2018, like the year after we were married. We started thinking thinking about another stream of income. And it was like, we should do greeting cards.
I read like a stock book, how they say you've got to invest in 7 streams of income to become a millionaire and do this and do that. And so I was just thinking, I'm like, we're creative people. If we're going to continue to travel and do this, is there a way that we could be online doing something? And so then we started having those conversations because I like to be creative too, but more digitally. And I've always done stuff like on my computer. She's done stuff like pen and ink. And so putting that together, we thought of just 3 words. And then that kind of took off into every time we thought of a 3-word phrase, that just sparked, like we call it high vibration feelings, like just that like live your truth or, free your mind, just 3-word phrases. So we started writing and we've got hundreds of them.
Oh, really?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, so you're like prepared for like the next couple of years with these collections and stuff.
Well, we thought, okay, we're gonna find like a cute sustainable card company, like print it out, people can order them, and then it was like no one buys cards, like because everything's so digital. It's like you get a gift card,
right.
You goes in an envelope and it's like happy birthday or happy marriage or. So then it was like, okay, maybe this isn't like the best idea as far as like cards go, but we knew that the phrases were important, that the message was important. So I feel like once we came home and we really had no idea when performing would come back, that we were just kind of forced to like think maybe this is the time, maybe this is the time to get that message out there. And then it became, how do we do that? And so David's a t-shirt wearer. I am not. And I've always wanted to find the perfect t-shirt, like no matter what city, what country. I have been looking for the perfect t-shirt my whole life. My sister is a t-shirt wearer. She's got millions. And so then we set out on the path to try and find that perfect shirt. And
oh my God.
yeah, that just, because we thought that would be really easy and we could just put the 3 words on it and start making money. Like, that's easy, right?
So then it started off. Then it turned into like a whole material hunt, and like
right. It's just like
then you found out all these different layers, right?
Yeah, we were like, you look at Zazzle and you look at all those people like just tossing up t-shirts, left and right. It's so easy to make and pick a shirt that's already been made for you, which is great. But when we started to really look at it and we're like, okay, we're going to put this phrase like be the change on a shirt. And then I'm like, it's coming from China, and you can't really trace the farm or the factory, and you don't know if it's using child labor or if it's using, what's in the shirt. So most shirts now are plastic, which is a polyester blend when you get those tri-blend shirts, or when you get...
They're super soft. They're...
For a little bit, and then you wash it and they like pill up and they start to fall apart. And then we learned about microplastics in the ocean and how all this plastic from our clothes is coming off into these little particles and then washing down into the streams. And
hold on, how is there plastic in
clothes? Yeah, I'm confused. That's where you lost me.
Oh my God, yeah. Almost all clothes are plastic now. So if you see anything that is polyester or rayon or all of these new Climacool fabrics are plastic based. And
really?
They're made out of plastic, yeah.
Like microscopic, like what is the material? What is the raw material? It's like...
So they take...
You can do anything with plastic.
Mm-hmm.
They make like a thread with it?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually learned... It's interesting. I wish we had the shirts that the second edition that we're doing now, I'm kind of jumping forward, but we sourced organic cotton, and we didn't actually know. We had a sample made, and when we had it sent to the dyer, they dyed it, and when it came back to us, all of the thread was still white. And we didn't realize, like, the polyester, it's plastic, so it didn't even take the dye. So we had to go back and source organic cotton for the thread. So it's like, even if you get an organic shirt, it could still be sewn together with plastic. And we didn't realize, it's like when you dye something black, you think the whole thing is going to be, but the entire like collar, the edges, everywhere there was a seam, completely white.
Oh.
So
The thread is the plastic. That's what
and how do those companies get away with calling it an organic shirt if it still has the plastic thread?
Well, you can still, as far as organic goes, I think it only has to be,
70%.
Yeah, 70%.
70%. Okay, so...
majority of the fabric is, and the thread is all that's, not.
It's like food now. It only has to be 70%. So, like, if you see your cereal or peanut butter or something, it says organic.
70%.
Oh, hold on. This goes for food, too?
This goes for everything.
This is open to brand new, look at that.
Fuck.
Labels. All your labels.
Yeah.
Wow.
To me, I feel like the future is companies being transparent with what they're doing in their process. So I feel like for us, it's really, sustainability has always been important. Like being in Australia and in New Zealand, seeing these beautiful places and amazing people, and just they live differently. The natural environment just seems to be more of a what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they just care. It's not something where you're like, I'm an environmentalist. It's just like in their DNA to actually care about the ocean, care about the sea, your air, and the water you drink. It just seems to be a normal thing there.
I think it's also easier because, Australia is massive, but obviously they only live on the coast because you can't live in the outback. So people are forced to live together in
Concentrated areas.
yeah. So in that concentrated area, they still like they're very Western. But what I find, imagine like New York's kind of all along the coast.
Oh my gosh.
Concrete jungles interlaced with like natural habitat. So like when you pull into the Sydney Harbor, yeah, you have the Opera House and you have the bridge, but it's like once you walk out of Clark Key, each individual like section of the city is built around the natural landscape.
Parks
So parks
everywhere.
are everywhere. So it's like
Walking everywhere. You can walk, you can bike, you can.
you have like buildings where you go in and it's like lunchtime, but you come downstairs and you sit in a park. So there's a balance of just kind of that work life nature, whether you want it or not.
Right.
So for us, like having to take local transportation, like I've never lived in a city ever here in America where I have gotten on a bus or a train. Other than, I guess Washington is probably, live there.
Oh, right.
Where, he's from, but that's still Seattle, like the surrounding areas, you don't have, that's where you've got ferries where you still put your car on it and then you drive, it floats you across and you have to have a car. Having been here in Florida for the last, 10 years on and off, you can't get anywhere if you don't have a car, period.
Nowhere.
In Australia, Sydney, one of the biggest cities, even Melbourne, like from the coast, meaning like from the water, we get off a boat and you can get on a train that gets you to the city center within 20 minutes. And that's just like a light rail. That's, you've got Lyft, you've got Uber. I'm not saying there aren't cars, but I'm just saying it makes it so much easier. Their older population, especially like Gold Coast, Melbourne, we see on the bus system, like 70, 80-year-olds like going to get their groceries.
Children.
It's just a different mentality. Yeah. So you feel comfortable. It's like the biggest thing we were talking the other day about being here. I feel like I've probably at least put on 15 pounds because we don't walk. We don't actually, like, when I think about living on a ship, like if I lived on deck 5, I walked to the gym on deck 9. I get off the ship, I walk to the grocery store. When we live in Australia, I walk with my groceries, like because we don't have a car in Australia. So we live there for the 8 weeks before boarding the ship. We walk everywhere. Even if it's a bus stop that's like 2 stops away, I still have to walk where I need to go. And here, it's practically like non-existent.
You're getting out of the house to the driveway, into the car, to where you're going, back in the car and home, And
I'd say even more so up in New England here, it's even more in the wintertime because you're never doing any walking in the wintertime here, So, okay.
So, like, apply all of that, like, for us, that influence on us to then running a business in thinking about everything that we do as a business and its impact on the environment and the people. So for us, we couldn't get that plastic shirt that was made in China to put this positive phrase. So because we made that standard for ourselves, then we went down this long path of, like I was saying, finding out that everything is basically plastic, finding out that even if you go cotton, that 25% of the world's water pollution is from the pesticides in cotton, because cotton is such a huge freaking thing. I had no idea.
Conventional cotton.
Conventional cotton, right. So to grow cotton, apparently, it takes a lot of pesticides to do it, to do all this monocropping. But there are lots of places that are doing it organically, and they're able to do it. And so for us, then we went into that organic cotton, and then we were like, okay, where can we get organic cotton?
Oh no, originally it was hemp. Hemp was our cure-all.
Yeah.
That was like, that we were going to be the first, like,
Not the first, but
well, to get like a hemp shirt out that's like trendy, and and then trying to find hemp.
hemp is coming, but
Yeah, it's just.
It's because you guys have to do like it's going to be a hybrid. It can't just be hemp, right? Because of the roughness of it. Is that what you were saying before?
It can, but definitely the blends or the fabrics we were finding were definitely like 55% hemp, 45% cotton.
So that's what you're looking for now, like a good blend. Like, what are you guys using right now with your shirts? Because I know that you're constantly evolving and trying to make them better and better. So what this new line that you have coming out, what is this shirt?
So they strictly 100% organic. So our first edition shirts were, the yin was 100% organic, and the yang was actually 70% organic cotton, 30% organic bamboo. So we've now scrapped that.
Because we learned about, to make organic bamboo cotton, they use a shit ton of chemicals in there, and that dumps out into the ocean and the stream. So we decided not to do that. There's a lot of technology now in creating new fabrics out of new materials that are sustainable. But the only way that it becomes cheaper to make those clothes is if people start buying them, right?
Right.
So we're trying to basically just be part of that movement, and that movement is called the slow fashion movement.
Oh, there's a name for it?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. Because basically what we've come to now in Western society is what's called fast fashion, where there is no longer like a winter season, a summer season for your fashion. There's just like a new season every 2 weeks, depending on what brand you're following. And so because there's a new season, there's always new stuff, then people are going to buy that new stuff and then throw away the other stuff. But it just, where does that stuff go? There is no, where does it go?
That's why like companies like H&M, their clothes are like kind of cheaper, but they're very trendy, but like people aren't like keeping them forever, right? Because they get holes in them or whatever.
Right.
And right, you wash it twice and it falls apart, so you got to get the next new thing. And they I mean,
that's
I don't know
fast fashion.
Purpose. I think they're just trying to watch out for their bottom line.
Oh, that's fast fashion?
That's fast fashion, right? Like,
That's called fast fashion.
like
That's
you
summer.
buy this thing that's like affordable, inexpensive, very trendy,
Yes.
But not durable and not
but
great.
not durable and not organic and whatever. Yeah.
And it's a cycle.
And then slow fashion is what you guys are doing.
Right.
Okay.
Where you're trying to do things in very small lots. You're not wasting anything. You're not harming the environment if possible. And what else? What else is slow fashion?
It's just, I think,
Quality.
Yeah.
Just back to quality. Like our first edition shirts, we've literally been wearing them like as a uniform every day for a year, and they still haven't fallen apart.
And I'm sure there's companies that are kind of like in that hybrid area too, that are doing the organic shirts. They're 70% or whatever with, the plastic. Do they have a name too, or are they just like playing both sides?
Maybe they're trying hard.
Yeah, maybe they're ignorant to it. Maybe they just don't know about the plastic
ignorant to
thread.
That's
Right?
true. I mean, and that's part of our brand is, creating more so the awareness. It's like, like we aren't perfect. Like, we still buy certain things, but once you're aware of something, then that filter kind of should play out in, all of your decisions or purchases or who you decide to support. So
Your
at the end of the
last
day,
podcast.
your money is your vote for that.
Now, the issue with that, though, is going back to what you guys said, which is you had mentioned, like, cost, right? And in order for something to at least get, like, more, affordable, right, then many people would have to go out and start buying it, right? So that means, so basically what I'm trying to say, because I'm going to cut my words, is that, I know, sorry, is that then people who can't afford the shirts, right, that are 100% organic and that did this whole slow, fast fashion thing and put all this time and effort and quality and thought about all the ocean and everything, which is great, but then those individuals aren't going to be able to afford
that. Yeah. And they can't afford it because it's so expensive to produce.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know. Is there something else?
Definitely, yes, absolutely. But we are trying to close that gap as best as we can. For instance, this cotton from North Carolina, if you go look and you try and find an organic cotton shirt made in America that's from North Carolina, it's going to be $90 to $100.
Really?
Yes. This is the best organic cotton that you can find some people will say in the world, grown in North Carolina. But we're not selling it for that because we have a very low overhead, and we are the type of people. Okay, another part of the fast fashion thing is they will say sell a shirt for $40, but it costs them $3.10 to make, right? So they're not necessarily giving the value of the garment
Right.
to the customer. They're creating an illusion, and then they're going to run a sale when it's best for them to then put that cost to the consumer.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, we're trying to just meet a level ground where we're still going to make a little money. We're going to try and give this amazing garment to somebody at a cost that's not $100.
So what is it? What do you get? What is a cost for one of your T-shirts?
So, meaning retail cost, or like what it costs us to?
Yeah, retail.
Retail.
Like what somebody would pay for one of them.
So for the first edition shirts, they were $35 and $37. However, those shirts were already pre-made shirts. This is the first time that we've actually sourced from like dirt to shirt the full product for
From
the
dirt to shirt. I like that.
Yeah.
I will say that the
We
yin
didn't make
shirt,
that up.
the yin shirt is the same shirt from the first edition. This shirt, however, is the rabbit hole we've gone down, and eventually we've created a pattern for this one that the third edition will bring out. But for the second edition, we literally like sourced the material. So the farm, the cotton, the spinning mill, the thread,
Jesus.
to fabric, to production, to designing the pattern with the pattern maker, having
Wow.
samples made, measured, so designed start to finish.
The fit, everything, all that stuff.
Everything.
You design the how
All
it
in
fits in.
America, all small business owners.
Yeah, so this shirt for us this time around will cost $45.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Fully organic from literally the seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the thread. We had to go with organic.
Wow.
Wow.
You know,
And even printing, like this is a new kind of technique called resist. So there's no plastisol. So normal graphic shirts use plastic to print on. It's called plastisol, and it has that cool like crackled look after
Yeah.
it gets all the plastic's falling apart.
Yeah.
This is actually part of the fabric. Like you can't feel it.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying.
so
Yeah.
how does it work? It's like dyed on there somehow? Or?
So resist is a I guess a liquid that they use. They put so this shirt was originally the original cotton, like cream. So
color.
because we had this dyed black. So the original shirt is a cream, like the actual color of real cotton. And so on that material, they actually screen printed with the resist dye. So basically, once the shirt is dyed, this resists that dye. So the material.
Oh, so you dye the whole shirt, but that area
doesn't get right.
So that's the original shirt. What you're seeing?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it will never fade. It will never go away. It will it's in the fabric.
It's in the fabric. Gosh, yes,
That's
I
cool.
need that in my life because I know exactly what you're talking about with those damn T-shirts with the plastic thing and they get all crumply and shit.
Or
I
it starts
hate
falling
that.
apart. You can't read what
I
it says
can't
anymore.
stand it.
But they're cheap. You can get them for, $10, $12.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So not only do you guys do the shirts, because we were talking to you the other day, and you're informing us about all these other little things that you're doing, which
Right.
are super cool, including the cane hemp joints, and then the crystals, and what do you got going on with that? Is that all part of like this new collection thing that you're doing too?
So when we started selling shirts, and of course, I don't know if my dad's still on, but all of our family is like, "Do you have a business plan? Do you have a business plan?" Yeah, and we're like, "No, we're
No.
just like selling t-shirts.
You know, I don't even think people know what a business plan entails when they're saying that. Like, I mean, you and I have written business plans before.
They suck.
It's not a fun thing. There's like
fun.
a lot involved in it. It's basically your
suck.
like your Bible to your new baby.
Yeah.
It's just
But it's like, why write it if I have it in here?
well, yeah. It's nice to get out, especially if you're going to have like a team, like kind of pushing this whole thing. But if it's the two of you, you know, it's like whatever. You know, you just executing what you know.
Yeah, it takes time.
At the end of the day, like a business plan is generally written so that you can go to a bank and get money.
For investors, yeah, that's really it. Yeah.
Not effort to do that. We were just doing this as a side project that was self-funded. Just self-funded. So,
All right, so these other products though, what do you got?
what's that?
What are these other things that you have? The products.
Yeah, this is where I'm getting to. So when we kind of thought about what would our business plan be, right? Because we wanted to do the greeting cards, which then turned into shirts. And really the whole idea was just positive messages, just putting positivity out there. So we created a word, high vibe, meaning high vibrational. Like if something makes you feel high vibrational, if it makes you feel good, words can do that. You know, smells can do that. Basically, music can do that. Senses do that for us. So that evolved. My friend Danny came over and he was like, he works for YouTube, like high up in YouTube. And he's like, you guys need your 3 words, basically, that describe your company, and that will be your filter, and then everything will be under that. And we're like, okay, well, organic, sustainable, and high vibe are our 3 words that we filter everything with. So the new products that we've come out with have kind of turned into self-care things, because we've learned, not just in America, but so many people are just stressed out, just so freaking stressed out, right?
So
like,
stressed out.
Oh my God, like,
Too much cortisol.
especially now. Yeah, especially now with what's going on in the world. So if the positive messages can help spread some positivity, and then we can maybe help impart some of the self-care things that we do for ourselves to other people with a level of transparency,
Then why not?
We're about it. So yeah, we smoke CBD joints sometimes.
Ooh.
Whoa, yeah.
That you grew, and they work, and they're great. They're organically grown CBD joints, and they don't get you high like THC. There's such a stigma around THC and CBD, and really just a lack of knowledge between the two. That they're cousins. They're not the same plant. You know, hemp has high CBD, and marijuana has high THC. So THC is psychedelic, CBD is not. It's more about tension release.
So anyway, we basically there was a big push from the family to say, you know, why don't you have, you know, like some smaller, you know, or lower price items or smaller things other than just t-shirts. So we basically have just created the Consciously Elevated Living Collection. And that basically for us is anything that you have to consciously be aware of, but not only that, but that it elevate you to a high vibration.
Love it.
That is home decor, whether it's self-care. And so these new products that we've come out with fall under that.
Like
Nice.
that.
And you mentioned, what did you say? Notions, right?
Yes. So the first product is called Elevated Notions.
And what is a notion?
Right, good question.
What is a notion?
The definition is an idea or a concept.
Idea or concept, notion, right?
Right. But it can also be things that you buy or products that you make. So if you put those two together and call it elevated, it's a elevated idea. Product that you buy, experience.
So if you, back in the day, like probably the 20s, 30s, I don't know if you remember like the old vintage tins, like that would have like cigarettes in them, or like, you know, guys would have them in their pockets, like just to put a little trinket in, or women would put their rings in it. those are called Notion boxes.
Oh.
And so I just had this idea about having these tins again, that, you know, something reusable, a product that you can carry around with you, and it kind of encompass an experience that you can have all in this box.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Is that the final product?
One of them.
It's one of the Notions.
So you just literally, boom,
So it's
hit
a
it with your
slide
phone.
tin.
Is that the one with the hemp in it? The hemp joints? Yeah.
And then there's matchsticks in this. Yeah, so what's all in this box?
What's in there?
So basically, this slides open. You can take it off. We've attached some adhesive. So there's a strike pad,
For your matches.
and there's 4 matches inside,
Oh.
so that you can.
Wooden
Light.
matches that are sulfur free, which is what cigar smokers use.
Yeah.
And then there's 4 hemp cones in there for you to light with said matches. There is a little scroll that has an elevated experience for you to read.
Printed on sugarcane waste.
Paper.
And what? Hold on. What is this? The thing that you read? What is it?
Just like a note
Scroll.
from us.
Yeah.
Like you wrote it.
You guys wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how detailed these guys are.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want people to have an experience that elevates them.
This whole company is an experience. Just even as you guys are speaking about it, just from you guys getting together, working together, getting married, coming up with the idea, mad love by design, the shirts, the detail, like the whole thing is a experience.
It's a very natural, free flowing event that has happened with you guys. I feel like I think there's a lot of companies out there that state that they're all these different things and they're sustainable and they're giving to this foundation and that. But if you really dig in, for the most part, it's just like they're following trends and shit. You know, there's probably a lot of companies out there right now that are saying kind of top level shit that you guys are saying right now, but they would never be able to go into detail about all this shit, and they probably don't even know that their thread in their shirt is made out of plastic, right? So this is, for me, and knowing you guys, like, this is a very genuine thing. Like you guys are not doing this for any kind of whatever. You just want to create something that mimics what you guys live naturally anyways, right?
So you're like living your truth through your
Live
business.
your truth. Speaking of live your truth, that is one of your shirts. What are some of the other shirts that in the new collection?
Here we are.
Oh, got the whole collection there.
Free your mind.
Free your mind
Love one another.
and love one another. Love it. And so we're going to with the live your truth. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do a little giveaway with Mad Love. And how are we gonna do this?
Yeah. So it's funny because yesterday we were having a discussion about this podcast, and so Joe was like, hey, let's talk about like the giveaway and how we're gonna do it and and stuff like that. And I was like, well, okay. And we probably got like, I don't know, 5 seconds into the conversation, and then we were like, let's just talk about it on the podcast. We'll just figure it out then. Yeah. So let's figure this out.
But I think David had a good point the other day where he was like, all right,
there was a hashtag or something that you had mentioned, right?
Live your truth, right? So anybody who's listening to this, if you go to the Instagram and leave a comment or DM us, just write a quick little like comment or story about like how you live your truth, right?
Right.
And then hashtag live your truth, tag 5 friends, and then we will select sometime before the next podcast.
Did you think about this overnight?
No, I just said that right now.
So you had no prep, because yesterday we left it at, we both had no idea, and we were going to come here and it was going to be a whole thing of back and forth. Now you just came in here and you were like, bam, 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 as though you had this in your head already.
Just right off the dome. Boom. We can change it. I mean,
Interesting.
Is everybody okay with that?
I actually like
I
it.
have no idea how to even do giveaways. Like, I do have to admit that Joe is whoever's watching here, the first person when we were doing ships. He's like, guys, you gotta get an Instagram.
Oh my God, I've been telling them for like 5 years.
For 5 years, I kid you not. And we're like, yeah, no, just can't. He's like, people would just like totally enjoy like seeing you guys' life, and like we're like, yeah, Joe, that's just part of like what, not doing it. And literally every cast that we've had, obviously they get younger and younger. So if we've had 8 casts and 6 of them are not us, that means that's 48 people, give or take, if we repeat a contract of generally English or Brazilian kids who have Instagram, and immediately you meet and it's like, well, how do we tag you? And you're like, yeah, just really into that. Like, I just can't. So the first thing is like, as soon as we got to America in 2020, we like make this business Instagram, and it's like, oh my God, this is what Joe was talking about. Like, probably could have had a following because people would know who we were.
Right.
Because once you see Mad Love by Design, there's nowhere does it say Melissa and David.
Yeah.
Right.
Got this logo, and it's like people are like, who, like what? And we're 5 years behind the curve. So then Joe's like, yeah. So then we're gonna do this giveaway, and it's like, I'm looking on Instagram now, like as a business person, giveaway, tag, post. It's like all these instructions.
Yeah. She doesn't get it.
I don't know either. I don't know what the hashtag means. I was just doing hashtags because people had them. So I was like, oh, this is a cute little thing to do. Hashtag whatever. And I would like make up my own hashtags. I had no idea though that it was being sent or going to some bigger place.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
All of it.
Well, and also just being on a ship in a foreign country, out in the middle of the sea, right? The internet is like,
right. You had limited access to all that. Yeah.
Like, I would literally spend sometimes 45 minutes to an hour just to get it up and running, connected to the phone. Because when your phone isn't connected to the internet all the time, and then when you first connect it, everything has to download. So you gotta wait for that to happen
Or
first.
turn it all off.
And then,
Or turn it all off.
sometimes it would just be like, good morning, Mom.
And then that's all you got through.
Yeah.
Like, and Joe's
I'm like, I got it. It's sent.
Like, Joe's like, yeah, load all these photos. And I'm like, Instagram is all photos. Are you kidding me? It would take
That would take forever.
1 gig internet card on a ship is $32. Like, here in America, like, you guys have unlimited.
Right,
yeah.
1 gig. Are you kidding me? And I'm going to load some photos for
But I always said when you get to the ports, because you're going to the ports like every other day or whatever, then you guys go to town and then you get the free Wi-Fi. And I was like, who cares? Just video whatever and then,
Last thing you want to do when you're in Sydney
Is do that. Yeah.
Be like, we want to go do something.
Right.
True.
Opera house,
Right.
get champagne and having,
Right. Well, that told you a lot about how Joe could, because this is what would happen if it was Joe and I. It would be, okay, we're at the port, and I'd be like, oh, okay, yes, what are we going to do? And Joe would be like, well, first I have to
we gotta go get an
somewhere, and I have to
espresso
get
and-
espresso, and I sit, and then he would pull out his trusty phone or whatever, and now we're there. And now I'm just watching. And now this is what's happening, Like, that's how it would go.
Well, anyways, it's whatever it is, it's meant to be, and this is the time for you guys to be on, and you always got to start somewhere, and this is it. We're literally doing the same thing with this podcast. I mean, we're not really. This is probably about as serious as it's been at this point now because
I feel so professional
just
right
did
now.
this like studio thing now.
Yeah.
It's so good.
You
But-
guys look.
For me, it was more.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Louis. Oh, my God. I can't believe we've got people from India, people from the UK.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Hey. Wow.
Love you guys. Miss you.
Yeah, for me, it was more about like the sound quality. Like I don't even care about like whatever followers or whatever. It was more about like I can't listen to myself in that tinny, stupid fucking voice with the reflections off the walls.
I think that there are lots of pros and cons to social media, right? Like,
Yeah.
one of the pros when we were on the ship for us was to have all the free time and to be disconnected and to be enjoying doing what we were doing, hanging out with people and engaging. But now, like social media, we're doing this podcast. We're able to connect with all those people, So like, we could talk about social media and there's so many pros and cons with it, right? Like,
but we have to do it in order to get our business out there. So that's
which is so annoying. It's because it's so like at the same time, it's like I can't stand social media. But I can't stand it. I absolutely can't stand it. I have no Facebook. I have no stupid Twitter. What the fuck is that? I have Instagram, yes.
What do you do every night before you go to bed?
I look on the reels and I Instagram it up, yes, because now I'm obsessed and I love it. But it's like at the same time, I can't stand it because it is actually... Man, like I work with lots of adolescents, right? And so that's where you really kind of also hear about all this social media stuff. And I can't tell you how much of the bullshit that I hear, depression, anxiety, all is low self-esteem, this and that, body image issues, all from fucking social media. So I can't stand it, but at the same time, I feel like in life, because it's really the biggest thing to even get anything out there anymore, like marketing, social media, like it's not like you're standing on a corner outside now doing shit or going from house to house,
It's like its own little world, right? Like, so we have the real world where we can all go out on the street and talk to people and be like, hey, we got a podcast, and like give them a card with their freaking, go to Instagram and download this app.
They'll put it on the sidewalk as they walk away.
Or we can just talk to people, I guess, and that's kind of what we all do anyways. We all have our own little communities and we share our opinions and stuff. But like, yeah, for sure, obviously the internet is a good way to get this out, and we can get people from all over the world that just, want to hear our crazy opinions.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I'm curious, like you work with teens all the time, yeah?
I specialize with teens, so it's one of my specialties. So I have a mixture of teenagers and then adults.
And you've been doing this for 6, 10. How many years have you been?
Since 2006.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So have you seen, like, what is your perspective on like the teen brain on social media?
Oh my God.
I'm just curious.
The teen brain on social media, meaning like where they, like how their brain works, like where they're like, meaning what? What's the...
Well, like from our perspective, like Melissa was saying, we've worked with a lot of kids that are, 19 all the way to 30. For the most part, their median age, those 48 people that we've worked with over the last 8 years, have been about 20. So I feel like from our first contract to our last contract, social media has become so prevalent and so important to them that, they would have conversations that would last forever about, I'm not going to post this, and then if it doesn't get more than 30 likes, like I have to take it down. Like, that's so embarrassing. Like, you don't want anything. God. And I'm thinking in my, like when I was that age, I never had that pressure.
Right.
To, like, it's, you basically feel, but not like that. Yeah. Pressure. Where you not only feel like your peers are judging you, but the world
is.
Post this one
just
thing.
Like people, yeah.
And like, you can't make any mistakes because you may lose followers, and especially some of these people are medium celebrity dancers and stuff. So if they post one thing that's bad, they could lose followers or some,
I'm sure this is causing more like depression in kids and all kinds of other psychological things. But the thing is like, I'm sure you. Well, how am I trying to say this? The world is what the world is, right? And social media, internet, the next thing is going to be something else that like is whatever. And instead of what the world or governments try to do is like, well, stop bullying or stop doing this and shutting the whole system down, maybe it's more like the individual should get more self-awareness.
Yes, I just said, just because you were I felt like you were going into like a whole other place with that. Yeah, you did. You actually did bring it back.
Yeah. So it really, I'm sure you teach these kids to be more self-confident and all these things, because that's really the key with all this. Not shut all this shit down, because that's how the fucking world is. The world's fucking crazy. There's all kinds of shit out there. The person needs to be secure within themselves, so then they can go into the world and express themselves.
I mean, I have to tell you, when we talk about things like this and like everything that we're saying, like in my mind, I'm like, that's it. That's exactly what.
But that's not very
it's
common.
It's like the
though.
most like basic, right? In my mind,
all of us here, that's like yes.
But like to do it is something that's actually not so basic and not so easy and not so So and that's where like a lot of layers come into. It's like okay, so because it's not just social media. We have social media, if anything, what it's doing is also negatively reinforcing a lot of stuff that, let's say, kids, especially adolescents, right, have already heard either non-verbally or verbally from caregivers, peers, this, that, whatever. And now here comes this huge platform like a Twitter or a Snapchat or whatever that's basically now negatively reinforcing all of that.
Right.
Which makes it even more.
One of the things that I think about too is like trying to be a parent in all of this. Like you're a parent with a life that you're trying to impart your knowledge onto this younger entity, person, soul. Oh, your daughter's name is Soul. I love that. And that totally just threw me off. And you've got social media, which is using trillions of dollars. And how do you compete with that as parents? How do you compete with the trillions of dollars that, you go on as this person and you're now being targeted?
Yeah. I mean, you don't compete.
Yeah. You don't.
You don't compete. That's what I mean. Like, you really don't compete. It's just a matter of like, because you're right, there is no competition in that thing. Like when my daughter gets older and I speak to her about something, although let's say I'm coming from maybe a therapeutical, more wisdom, more whatever standpoint, she's still going to be like, okay, right? But whatever the hell social media has out there is going to have way more of an impact. But that goes to say, though, just in general, it's not even just that. Like, for example, like when I work with these adolescents and I'll speak to the parents about what it is that I shared with them or how I kind of, maneuvered in that session or whatever. And the parents are like, I literally said like the same thing this morning, and I'm like, I know. Well, it's just because so it's not even social media. It's just like any.
I think that this is actually a great topic because I think that parents over the past 10 years have not been. They're just like thrown to the fucking wolves here, right? This thing has control. This social media, and if you didn't prepare your kids' minds for this, and then they become adolescents, teens, whatever, then that's what's going to be the answer. That's the thing. All right, they said this on fucking Instagram or whatever the thing is going on. So I think that's why it's important at a very young age to install this like self-confidence and belief in your kid that no matter what is going on in this chaotic world, they have a choice of opinions and they can express themselves however they want and think however they want, and whatever's being jammed in their fucking brain, which is going to be all kinds of shit we can't even fucking think about in fucking 30 years from now. But as long as they have that fundamental, I believe that they'll be okay in the world.
Yeah, I want to be clear though, just to like add on that though, like, I mean, just to clear and realistic, like, yes, I think as parents or as caregivers, right, we can, do all of that and have a little, inform and educate and this and that and build self-esteem and build it, right, and contribute in all healthy, positive ways. And that'll create a healthy foundation for them.
You're going to do the best you can do. It'll create a
healthy foundation for them. However, it doesn't always like turn out that way. Meaning we can create that for them, but at the end of the day, you still have something else, which is a huge force, right? A huge force that's trying to come. And understand, like, where kids spend the majority of their day, first of all, is where? Like, at school, right? So they're at school from, 7 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And then after school, they have, some kind of, like, hangout or activity, and then they go home, and then they do homework or whatever, shoot the shit, and go to bed. So the majority of the stuff that's really going on is really outside of the home anyway, right? And then they're outside of the home, plus they're also now just on their phones with social media, because they could be literally doing Snapchat right fucking next to each other, you know? Like, and then forget it. And then they come home, and although you can have mom and dad that are like, this and that, and and I hear you, your voice is beautiful, blah, 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 and all these things, and trying to build, and trying to support, and trying to do all that, what they see, though, to be the most important thing is their peers and their friends and what's going on out there. So it is a huge fight that I think is always going to be a...
But do you believe that obviously the kids that you're dealing with now are what, like, I don't know, between the ages of like 13 and 18 or whatever, right? Well, I think they're in that realm of like having the parents that were thrown to the fucking wolves that didn't know how to build that foundation. They had no fucking idea. We're still just figuring this out, and we're gonna get it fucking wrong, right? So, but at least we'll have that installed, a little foundation of like understanding of this new world.
For you guys especially, I think the first thing is, like when we talk about our brand, like just being aware, like the fact that you're two parents that are aware, that it's ability. It's the parents that, or people in general. It's not even like just about parents that just really have no idea of the impact that these platforms have. Right. Whether you're a parent, whether you're an adult, whether you're, a kid, doesn't matter. Like I have friends, that you just sit and you're being inundated like with social, like you're in control of that, but they actually aren't aware happening. And I feel like our 8 years at sea gave us that. It gave that disconnect.
Right.
Like
the disconnect, and then be able to come back and connect,
When we came back, to see the world just, it's crazy. Like it's crazy
how it changed.
That people can't separate that or can't sit at a table with the phone down and have a conversation like that. Whereas that's what we're on a ship and you go to dinner, you're not connected. You can't be online because like lots of money. So you're listening to the band and you're immersed and you're playing games, like you're
board games.
Cool now, but it's like we now have the balance of what that is, and I think it's just truly about once you become aware of something, is it not your responsibility then to use that as a filter?
Right,
exactly what we were talking about last episode with the ignorance.
Right, this is where I was going to say. This is where we go back to is that there's people in the world who, let's say, have the awareness into things, right, and then do something with that awareness, and then there's people that have the awareness and don't do anything with that awareness, and then there's people who just don't have the awareness. Right, so it's like another thing, and I know that I don't want to get so much into this, and we won't, but I do feel like it's just I just have to kind of like tie it in for a second, is that with everything going on in the world right now, it's kind of like a pro and a con to what you were just saying, Melissa, because we have on one side the disconnect that had to happen just in the world with everything, right? I think did do a lot of positive for people. I think it made people have to self-reflect and just look at life as just something more beautiful and just not take things for granted, right? And on the other side, though, it actually made social media fucking bigger. Right? So then, because now all the shit that was going on that, let's say, you would have had to go in person for, now it's like famous DJs are having shows on Instagram Live and blah, blah, blah. And now you could have concerts, and now it's like, fuck, social media is huge.
Yeah, no, I get that. And I do think it's a necessary evil, like if that's, the word to choose. But I just think there has to be, to me, the awareness and the balance, like there has to be a balance in absolutely, like we're going to tap in if so-and-so is DJing and put it in the house and have people over and let's party all night long. But in doing that, like we're there at the concert or you're there, the experience then still has to be balanced out enough that it doesn't turn into, oh my God, now I'm at this experience, but now I'm going to have to go on and make this story or make this post so that people then know that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, there's a line, and I guess it's different for whoever, but I think all that's okay to be really into it or whatever, but not let whatever the outcome is, whether you don't get enough likes or whatever the fuck it is, to affect you, right? Like it's okay to be talking to your friends on Instagram or doing whatever for however long.
By affect you, do you mean impact you? So, for example, let's say you put something out there, right, on our page, right, and then you only notice that maybe I don't know, 5 people only really.
This happens every fucking week.
I know, that's why I'm calling this out, because it's literally Joe's fucking life.
This is my fucking life. So, all right. So, what are we saying here?
So that maybe you can actually learn from this conversation and gain some insight and awareness, right? Because what you're saying is to not allow those things to affect. Mm-hmm. I use the word impact.
But I don't. Do I?
What are you talking about? God, if no one's watching or responding to something or something that you posted on our damn podcast thing, it's only for the podcast. So is that different because it's business? Or it's a thing that's or...
What do you mean?
So, for example...
Nobody's been listening to us. We got one person or so.
No, but you know what'll happen, though, after this. You'll put the podcast out. Let's say if you check that we only had on Anchor 3 listeners and it's been a week that's gone by.
Oh, listen, this
you're
was...
this.
All right. I see where you're going.
Right.
But this was earlier on. Since our new season, I've just let go of all
changed
that.
it.
Yeah. Because it's almost like an instinctual thing, kind of. You're putting...
That's what I'm saying. You're programmed.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand why, because whoever, talking about kids or adults or whoever, you're taking the time. Right now, we're taking the time with this podcast, we're talking to you, there's a whole setup here, there's all this shit, the microphone, there's all this expenses or whatever. And for what? For me, it's because even if there's one person out there listening and they got even... a little something out of this, whether it's motivation or inspiration to go do something or change something in their lives. That's it. That's all I care about right now. I mean, obviously I have higher hopes that maybe this thing will take off, but if it doesn't, it doesn't. I've done so many different things that didn't work that I've gone down that path already. I'm okay with that. I've lost thousands and thousands of dollars. So if this fails, this is nothing. This is whatever. Me and Aaliyah are having these fucking conversations every day anyways. That's the reason we started this. We were just well, these are great conversations. Maybe somebody would like to hear this or it could help somebody.
Right.
So that's it. That's really, and you gotta, so I don't know, we're kind of going way off on all this shit, but
I was just want to call you out. I was just That's all I was about.
If a teenage kid is listening to this, I hope they got out of that it's all whatever.
That you're better than social media, and your value is way higher.
Just the right now, even with our stuff, both of our companies right now, and this isn't even a company, but your company and our podcast or whatever. We both have X amount of followers, which isn't crazy because we both kind of started all this stuff almost at the same time, right? And but you're literally living your life. That's whether you were doing this company or not, you guys would still be eating organic. You would still be looking for the t-shirts with the organic shit. Right. You'd still be doing all this fucking research. Maybe you might not be staying up until 2 a.m. freaking writing letters to go into the thing, but folding them. But you're living your life, and it's the same thing with us. This is what we would do. We just wouldn't have the studio and the microphone. Right. We'd be sitting on the fucking couch, and to me, I think that's a waste. Not a waste. For me and you, it's okay, but the energy that we're creating and ideas and thoughts need to be expressed out in the world. And even if one person, like I said before, is attracted to it, then that's what it was for, And same thing with you guys. What you guys are doing, I think is amazing. It's really, really cool. And it's so in depth and detailed. And people appreciate that shit. And once people start finding out, which they already are, it's going to catch wind, and then they're going to be like, these two people are the real fucking deal.
Yeah.
Not that company that has the t-shirt for fucking $10 cheaper, but they're just this mass company. Yeah, they're doing it all, but they just got the fucking money. These people are actually doing it. You know?
Yeah, I will tell you, it's also like hearing the whole story, just and like, I mean, I've heard some things along the way when you got, you know, like from Joe, he told me what you guys are doing, blah, blah, blah. But like to hear the whole thing right now is actually quite like inspiring, I would say also, right?
Yeah.
Like inspiring in a sense where it's like, like, so like, okay, like I can do that, right? Like I can do that. Like I really obviously have to be more whatever and you know, get together what I want to do, blah, 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 but like this can be done. And not only is it inspiring, but it also actually makes me not give a shit about the cheaper t-shirt.
Right.
Really, like now I'm sold.
It makes
because
more sense.
before actually when Joe had first told me how much I think the first edition T-shirt was, I was like $35. I was like, oh my god! I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's so expensive. I was like, and so what did I do? Keep buying my fucking H&M T-shirts and all my because I'm like price, you know, focused on that. But after hearing this whole entire thing, now I'm like, oh, okay, I'll drop the $35. Now, like, the whole story and everything makes sense to me now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things with organic, and the biggest arguments is that people can't afford to go organic. Organic is too expensive, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I do get that. I really do. For the people that are really struggling and can't afford to buy an organic t-shirt, you know what? Do what you have to do to survive. For us, creating a company, we're just trying to do the best that we can to not only sell an organic t-shirt, but to teach why, you know, or just get the message out. Like, it's not about a t-shirt for us. It's about
I was just going to say that. I was like, yeah, because as I heard you guys speaking, I'm like, it's not even about the t-shirt for me anymore. It's about the company and the people behind it at this point. Like, so.
You guys are doing your part to shift culture, which is not an easy thing. Right?
Yes.
So you're slowly, over the course of however many years it's going to take, doing your part, making an impact, and then showing that it can be done so that other companies will start doing it as well. And then eventually that person that can't afford your t-shirts will eventually be able to afford them because everybody will be doing it.
Exactly.
Right.
That's our idea. Putting transparency also is a huge piece to that, right? Like, why are there a lot of companies that will write natural cereal on the front, but in the back, nothing is natural about it. It's like 25 different chemicals put together to smell and taste a certain way, and actually makes you sick, and you may die from it eating it. Right?
I get sucked in every time.
She always falls for that shit. She's just learning.
I'm like, organic? Ooh, okay. Like, natural? Sold.
No, she falls for the organics. Like, it's a company called Organics, but everything in their shit is like garbage.
Right. And they can get away with that. People can totally get away with that because marketing is everything. You can market something, trademark that, you know, image, that graphic, and it says, you know, natural organics.
Yeah.
At the back, it's not at all.
Legally, they can. On the front, you can design anything. You can do. But our only saving grace at this point is that it's still law with the FDA that in the ingredients, everything has to be listed. The problem is, do people take the time when they're in the grocery store with their
they don't.
Old, you know, who's screaming, and you're just going and getting what's on the list, you know? For me, even on a ship, like we would go grocery shopping, it takes me probably an hour and a half. I mean, I find it enjoyable because I enjoy seeing and reading what's and comparing.
I'm the same way.
It blows my mind what's actually in things. But that's not everyone.
Yeah.
But do you like doing that too, David?
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, see, that's why it works for you guys. Yeah, I have like a cutoff
She's got something with the grocery store where it's
can't.
like,
I don't have time.
there's literally after 30 minutes, she just starts
I'm
going
out.
like, all right, we gotta hurry up and get out of here.
Buy them. I don't care what you get. Just get it.
It's
And
like
put it in
the
cart.
first like 20 minutes, half hour, she's like, okay, really into
Yeah, I'm in it.
You
I'm
can
gonna
tell
go.
like the insides are like, oh, okay,
That's right.
I gotta get out of here. And then after the second half hour, it's just like, oh, just like pile everything in the.
Right.
I'm like, stop, slow down. We don't
Which
need
is
that.
why I'm the person, and there's people like me, and this is why this happens, which is why I end up getting, let's say, the gluten-free, organic blueberry muffins for our daughter, that in my mind at that moment, I'm like, okay, it's organic and it's gluten-free, we're good enough. And then I get to the house,
got like 20
and then
grams of
Joe's
sugar.
like, let me see here, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like 20 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard thing is you, and that's why I keep using the word
Attention
transparent,
span.
because if companies were just honest with what they were doing, like if you saw on the front what was really on the back of everything, only 10% you could probably actually eat.
Not even that, but if you saw organic, gluten-free, shit ton of sugar muffins, would you buy them?
Right.
And like but
Then you'd have the
then
choice,
you
right?
have the choice, but they
Right.
make it hard, which is like part of like our business
Yep.
model.
Yep.
Yes. It's like we don't want people to like have to think about, like, we are doing the work. We want to do down to the thread, down to, so that you know anything that you buy from us has been sourced, like down to, you know, I mean, down to the matches, you know, down to the, even the plastic. We found the plastic bag to put the joints in, but they're made from, they're not plastic,
Bioplastic.
so cornstarch.
Mm.
You know, the paper, that's like every little thing that's, and I want people to, if you buy a product, you know, without having to like read the scroll or read the back of the label, you know?
Right. Do you know what would be interesting, actually, as you guys were talking, I was thinking about this. So, you know, in casinos, they pump, what do they pump through the casinos? They pump,
Oxygen.
do they? Yeah.
Oxygen.
And, no, but they pump it like through, and what happens is it ends up so that now I'm awake, right? I'm up. Because I feel like it's a attention span thing. And if we look at society as a whole, I think staying focused and attention span is like a big thing to look at, right? Meaning like a lot of people, we don't have just that, like, you know? So there's a shut off.
Do you know why people's attention spans are going down?
Vaccines.
Social media. Right.
Media has brought our attention span from like 2003. Okay, I may butcher this, but it is a real study done by the National Institute of Health. And from 2003, it was like a 21-second attention span. We are now down to 9 seconds, which is 1 second more than a goldfish.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And
David,
sadly,
where did you hear this research from? Some conspiracy website?
National Institute of Health and the
The NIH. Woo, yeah.
I like how you can.
Yeah, how you can
Yeah.
cite that. Yeah, and that's the truth. Like, it really is. Because, but going back to the whole casino, I'm like, man, if they pumped oxygen then, right, through the supermarkets, then that would keep me awake and up and at 'em and more focused and maybe, right? So it's like, why don't they do that?
Oh, to keep you in there
To
longer.
keep you in there longer and to keep you really cut, right? Because my thing is,
It just makes you breathe more.
No, it gets you. This is why when you're in a casino, you're like, bing, like I can stay in a casino for fucking like hours.
Wow.
You've never noticed
Well, that's
that?
because they get the flashing lights. There's a lot of attention things in there. There's no windows, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe they need to spruce it up fucking supermarkets. I mean, it's like, because it's boring.
No, because people have to buy food no matter what. They don't need to incentivize people to go fucking buy food.
I clearly need an incentive. So if I need one, maybe lots of other people are like me and they need one.
I guess. Yeah.
We followed you though.
Yeah.
We went down the road.
Were you ready? Were you going with me for a second? I mean, I tried, but it made sense to me. It made sense to me.
Yeah, it isn't a necessarily enjoyable thing to go grocery shopping, right? It's not. They don't make it fun. Maybe that should be a new thing.
Fun grocery stores.
Weird. We like to go and we like we look at brands and we're like, oh, we want to get a brownie, but we're going to read labels of 20 different brownies to find out which one we like, right? And then we're going to get that brownie made by that company because they make it in that place, and we trust,
That's because he hasn't
ingredients.
found a brownie. He buys these cookies. He buys all these. He tries to go and get the organic thing with the less sugar, and then he brings it home. It tastes like shit.
Right.
That's what I did.
Right.
Like, it's
That comes
horrible.
from my mom. My mom, we like to try
And your sweet
food. So we're like, oh, this is gluten free. This is vegan. Let's see what it tastes like.
I have no
you're like,
desire. I have no desire for that. Me, case of wine, I'm in. All in. No, it's gonna be fine. The cookies.
I need dessert. Yeah, I get it.
That's
I like to find a healthy one, right? So I found this cookie.
that are horrible.
They're called Good Life. No, I actually
Oh
like
wait, Good Life.
vegetables. And then there's some real chocolate in there.
You ate them the
tastes
first
good.
day. You opened them up, and I always do this. I wait. I let him get it, and then he's like,
They're okay, but they're all vegetables.
Are they made from monk fruit? Monk fruit?
David's mental, he literally is like this. I could eat it and it tastes like garbage. But his mental state, he will
That is
convince
true.
himself. He's like, but it's all veggies and it's good for me. He will finish that bag.
Oh wow, just because right.
Him? But it's
I'm like,
veggies.
it's only 2 grams of sugar. It's made from broccoli, and there's a little bit of chocolate in there.
I think I do the same thing.
Yeah, Joe does the same exact thing. I'm like, I can't.
Oh my, no.
Best friend.
Oh God.
I mean, our smoothies in the morning taste like shit, but I
don't think
mentally
they taste like shit. I think they're
well,
delicious.
yeah, because you put a whole gallon of agave in
that
there.
is
Probably.
true. I put a lot of agave and a lot. That's true.
Mine tastes like shit, but I just I know it's good for me, so I drink it every day.
That's true.
See,
We got a good smoothie recipe that actually almost everybody's liked. And it's like a handful of spinach, three strawberries.
you do 5.
You have the ratio.
Yeah,
mine
geez.
tastes different every day because
Every
I've
day.
never written it down.
Let's say 1 banana and just water. Water, banana, strawberry, spinach. And you cannot taste the spinach. I shit you not.
That's how we started.
Yeah, but then you gotta start adding other stuff
Yeah,
in.
you gotta-
You start putting the spirulina in. That fucks up the flavor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. There's all kinds of shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
We take our spirulina as tablets.
Yeah,
They're
I can't.
pressed tablets.
I hate spirit. Yeah, I hate the way it tastes.
Yo, did you see that machine though? Did I send that to you? There's a company that's making a spirulina making machine. You just keep it in your house.
But it takes 6 days to make, and you're only getting 10 milligrams. We take 6 a day.
Oh, I haven't looked that far into it.
What's happening?
Yeah, if you hear, by the way, anybody on this podcast is they're hearing a bunch of hammering, that's our daughter running around upstairs.
She is having a fucking going out.
I haven't been able to insulate the ceiling yet.
She's going crazy.
Shitty fucking studio.
Well, it's really funny because you keep looking up, so it seems
Yeah,
like you
Yeah, because it's I'm like,
somebody's coming to get you, almost Halloweenish,
Well, we had mentioned this to my mother-in-law up there that when she runs back and forth, we're just going to hear in the podcast, but...
and then we specifically
clearly she forgot
said,
about
Joe
it.
specifically said, bring her outside and play for a while so that we don't hear this. And clearly, Esther did not either receive that information or whatever.
And, this is your alarm clock. This
Yep.
is hey, you're done.
This actually, yeah, we're getting close, but I mean, no rush. It's well, maybe this is a good point.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Beatrice has come back.
Let parents go.
So, yeah, I think we should close it up. But before we do, I do want, are there any, last things that maybe you guys want to, communicate, express just to anyone who's going to be listening or watching just from your company or anything?
Well, your website and all that stuff, and where to find you, right?
Our pre-sales are happening next week. So we're in go time. So yeah, be on the lookout. The website will change over, and it's pretty much our first editions are sold out online. if you're in Orlando, Florida, you can go to Main House Market or La Boutique at East End and pick up the last of those. But these, second edition, the black ones, will be on pre-sale and available this month, which is exciting.
Okay.
And all the products we were talking about will be at Main House Market or La Boutique. We'll be kind of experimenting with the retail locations with those, and they won't be online just yet.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to kind of see how people like the experiences and the feedback from that.
Okay.
And these places, those are all in Orlando, right?
Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thank you for having us on.
Yeah, no problem.
Anytime.
I loved it.
In fact, I mean, I really think that me and David should have our own podcast where we go deep.
I'm into it.
Way down.
I actually really want to say thank you to the both of you because there were many moments where the both of you could have actually gone really into it, and I felt that you guys really held back.
Yeah, we could easily still be talking about Singapore right now.
There's one thing we can do is talk.
Yeah.
If you look at the website, that's like the one thing, the feedback we get is like, there's just a lot of information like on there. A lot, like, how do we simplify? Like, and I'm like, we've rewritten it like 1,000 times, and that's as simple as we can get. Like, take it in doses, like come back, read another line the next day.
We like to read.
Speaking of Melissa, I feel like you were a little bit mellow. Did you get a glass of wine before you came on the podcast or no?
I thought about popping some champagne because I did buy 9 bottles last night just in case.
For today? For the podcast?
No, literally, they showed up, the doorbell rang, and he was like, who is that? And I was at the door, like, with my driver's light, thank you. And he was like, what the? I was like, well, we discussed, like, possibly having champagne or something.
So, where? Go get a bottle. Go get a bottle right now.
So
No?
They were on sale if you get 9. So she did.
I mean, go get some glasses right now, no? Or you're done. We could be done. I mean, if you get if you get a glass of champagne in you, I mean, we could be talking about anything for another fucking 2 hours.
probably didn't.
I'm not
Right. That's actually why she didn't, she said.
I have not eaten, and I'm craving my husband's. He made beans, so we've been these beans for like 2 days.
homemade beans.
We've never had the Cadena beans, Nancy Lawrence, actually Grandma.
Yeah.
Grandma's beans.
I mean, in fact, like, I mean, we can obviously talk about this later, but offline, but I think it'd be cool if we did like one of these with them like once a month or something like that. But more like just
shooting the shit.
with Melissa having a glass of wine and just shooting the shit and talking about what's been going on in life and whatever. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I think we should do it. We've always talked about doing this.
I mean,
Yeah.
we do it anyways. This is this is what me and Aaliyah were doing anyways.
Yep.
You and I do this all the time anyways. So
Right.
yeah, I think that might be something cool.
That'd be fun. Absolutely.
We can call it couples that communicate.
Ah.
Couples that communicate. CTC.
CTC.
You were on I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
CTC.
couples that communicate.
Well, because one of the podcasts, like, I've listened to every single one of your guys' podcasts now. Cause
Thank you.
You take me to the gym, then I go work out, and then you take me home. 'Cause it's this long walk. Well, not really long, but it's a walk. And I like to walk, and I forced myself to do this. But it's like I go past 3 major intersections, like across the freeway. It's not very nice, but with you guys, it's really nice.
Oh yeah, that's what I was asking David, like, oh, how does the podcast sound? Because David and I went to sound engineering school together, right? And he's like, oh, it's great. And then I'm listening to it, I'm like, this sounds like fucking shit. And he's like, well, I do listen to it like when I'm on the highway and fucking horns are beeping. I'm like, well, that's probably why you don't hear the shit.
Can't hear anything but you guys. That's it.
When I'm out on my nature walk, I always think, well, if I die, I'm smiling, So if like a semi hits me or
Oh,
something.
God. Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah, like I got punked at the other day.
wait, can we just, wait, no,
Oh, yeah,
we're done. We're not doing
a
that.
whole nother
We're going to end it all.
We could have just gone into that too, because I would have been like, yeah, I'm not scared of death.
That's after hours.
That's a tough. Yeah, that's a biggie. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here and
Hold
coming
on.
on. Oh.
Last thing. Just to recap on this. the T-shirt giveaway, right?
Oh.
So it's going to be Live Your Truth T-shirt.
Yep.
Right? And whoever wins, just let us know your size or whatever, and we'll have David and Melissa send it directly to you. So basically, you're going to have to just DM or on the comments below when we post this, just write a quick little story about how you're living your truth. Actually, this has actually come full circle with all this. A lot of this podcast was talking about how you guys are living your truth, and that's why you guys are where we are. Same thing with us.
Mm-hmm.
So this falls right in line. And so just something about yourself, about what you're doing to live your truth, and then tag a few of your friends. What's that?
Well, it could be just what it means to them.
What it means to them. Yeah.
And anything. Yeah.
Anything. And then, tag a few of your friends that might like to listen to our podcast, and then we'll choose a winner. And we'll hit you up and let you know how to get your shirt.
Yeah, I do want to be clear though, just in terms of that we'll choose a winner. If
you want to choose out of a hat?
Well, no, because my thing is this: if you're living your truth, right, and you feel that you're living your truth, then so be it. Good for you. That's great. You're living your truth. So it's not like we're choosing it based on who's living their truth the most here. So I just want to be clear about that.
All right. So then how would we select then?
We're gonna pick that out of a hat.
We might have to do it live so people could see.
Yeah, like a raffle,
Yeah, or do it. Don't they have little spinny things on the Googles?
Right.
For everybody's, their handle, and then it'll randomly pick whoever.
But what if we have 10,000 names and you're going to write them all down?
If we have 10,000 names.
Type them in.
It'll probably be like 10.
Yeah, that would be great if we had 10,000.
By the way, this is the most easiest contest you'll ever enter because most likely you'll win.
Most likely.
And listen, family is not allowed. Kim, my sister.
Yeah, Kim.
She'll be in on that, I bet. If you want to do it, you could do it, but you're not getting.
You're just doing it. Yeah. You're just doing it to just.
She's a very good supporter of our podcast, so we appreciate her and love her. Yeah, she was on there. She was commenting.
Again. Yeah.
Do you guys see the comments that we see?
Yeah.
You see all that? Okay. Yeah. So all right. So that's that, and great.
Yeah, we're closing up. Thank you guys. Love you all out there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.